everybody! Welcome to the Nuclear Family game! How about that? Today, we are playing 60 Seconds! Interesting. Okay. I didn't know that. So I have played this game before. I've just never played the Reatomized version. In short, it's like the 1960s had a terrifying child with video games that didn't exist yet. So what we're going to do Alright, so let's go with Apocalypse! I'll be Dolores. Let's go with Fat Man difficulty. Water! Essence of life! Basis of survival! So, here's the thing about this game. This game is randomly generated. Where's... Oh! We are out of time. Daughter doing her skills. Son! Yes! No. Oh, I am out of room. Okay. Soup! So this game is randomly generated. That is very important. You want that. Alright, I think I can do like 1 or 2 more runs. Why is there soup in the bathroom? I didn't get the radio. Oh well. Yeet! So, yeah, the game is randomly generated. For all injuries, range from paper cuts to decapitations. I'm not sure that's how med kits work. Regardless, we're here. And now we have to survive down here with 4 cans of soup, 4 bottles of water, bug spray, a Boy Scout... Oh, we did get the radio. That's good. Alright. All of us made it to the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. Remember, hearing canned soup is healthy for you. Our shelter used to be fully stocked, but somehow we always found a better way to use the stock supplies instead of leaving them for an emergency. Once we had a soup dinner party, another time we had the rifle to help our neighborhood watch in a vicious fight against raccoons. Luckily, some of the supplies were left untouched. So I didn't get the radio, it was just down here. Thank you. Shelves are full of cans, we'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we'll even talk to cans, some of us already do. There's just barely enough water for everyone. We will have to ration it strictly. So, one of the things is the Boy Scout handbook actually allows you to go longer without supplies. So, y'all can starve. It's very difficult to prepare for instant conflict when you see them coming. Well, there are foreseen by definition, so does that make a lot of sense? We can't see we were prepared for what happened. Day 2. Ah, he's getting a beard. What do we get? Who knows? Maybe the world will offer new opportunities and it won't be that bad. Today's fine for Dolores. Ted is fine. There's nothing to bother Mary Jane. Timmy is good. Well, at least he was 5 minutes ago. Trying to ration supplies. Y'all can starve. The contamination of our time is strong. Scavenging in these conditions could result in radiation sickness. Should we prepare an expedition for tomorrow? I'm gonna go with no, because we don't have anything that would make that worthwhile. But eventually. We had planned to go to Niagara Falls and see those beautiful waterfalls. We never expected to get a waterfall of our very own in our shelter. Right now, it seems like half a dozen pipes burst and all that water's pouring in our bunker. We need to save our supplies. The radio comes first. Like, even if I had those other items, I'm saving the radio. Is there? There is! There's water stains on the ground from it. The radio was rescued first before any of that filthy liquid got into its case. It wasn't long before most of the water disappeared, but the damage to domes was upset us. Cleaning and fixing this mess will take us days. And what's that smell? If there's one thing we need, it's water for Dolores. Where's water when Ted needs it? We should get Mary Jane something to drink. Who's got nothing other than water? He should drink some. Okay. Everyone gets a little bit of water. You're welcome. Yeah, we're still not going to... I want cake! We are pretty sure Mary Jane had her birthday 2 weeks ago, but it turns out it's today. Should get her something young a tiny shelter would enjoy. Let's go with... Actually, what would she do with the bug spray? I'm curious. If I remember correctly, bug spray is more useful for bartering than it is for the actual events that require its use. Kids these days are all about those spray deodorant. The anti-bug spray should work the same. Reggie was so excited. Nobody's thirsty. Nobody is hungry. We have spare ammunition, but it's gone. We don't know how or when. It must have misplaced. We need to find it soon. That's a sound I wasn't familiar with. Nope. Alright. What else have we got here? It's too dark to find those tiny boulders without a flashlight. They're lost. Technically, they're still in the shelter. Technically. Dolores is okay, or she can't complain about anything in the morning. He's been calm enough for Ted, and he's doing well. Mary Jane's doing fine, doesn't need anything. Not the good scout he is, Timmy's making the best out of the situation. He even seems cheerful. Nobody gets anything. Y'all can starve. The neighborhood is still highly radioactive. Trips to the surface are a big risk to our health right now. I'm gonna wait at least a week. That's all we're gonna... No music, no talking, nothing. Is there any way we're ready to make it work again? Let's give it a try! What's the worst that could happen? Well, the worst that could happen is the radio breaks, and yeah, that would be bad. Well, we did what we could, but we still can't hear a thing. Damn it. Dolores has to drink, Ted is real thirsty. Something to drink for Mary Jane sounds like the right idea. Alright, fine, y'all can get some water. Timmy and Mary Jane are in need of physics. Letting them run outside in the wasteland seemed a little adventurous, but they could play tag inside the shelter. Do we have any expensive vases or antique dishes down here to be broken? Should we let the kids play? Of course! What could possibly go right? They're gonna break the radio, aren't they? That is some heavy Geiger static. As soon as they got permission, Timmy and Mary Jane immediately start running around, laughing or at least spinning around since there's not much space in the tiny shelter. During their playtime, they noticed a single bottle of water tucked in the corner behind some empty cans. What'd you find? Dolores. So, everyone is hungry. One more day. One more day. Been a while, we don't know what's happening on the surface. If we got a chance to tune in the emergency radio broadcast and learn a thing or two, use the radio! What do we get? We were able to get a weak signal and tap into the government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news! The fallout outside is mostly gone. It should be safe to travel to the surface now. Timmy is very hungry. Dolores is no longer hungry. Ted is no... But I just fed you, Timmy! I did feed him, right? You know what? We feel that they should do something about our interior decoration. Feng Shui is really off in our fallout shelter while we were moving your door. What's behind it? There's only one way to find out. Y'all are a wreck. Some water for Timmy would be nice. There has to be... Timmy should... Mary Jane is thirsty and has to drink something. Alright. Everybody gets water. Timmy, you're about to go on an adventure, so you get food. You know, everyone gets food. Except they don't need it. I shouldn't waste. We have nothing to take outside. Oh wait, no, we've got... You know, bring the axe. Dating! Usually I've died by now, so this is good. Cool. Timmy went to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty. Ted is no longer thirsty. Ring, ring! There we are, thinking we would never hear a telephone signal again, when suddenly a phone starts ringing from somewhere outside. We figured it's his phone booth across the street. Should someone go answer it? Have fun with that, Dolores! Dolores comes back just dead. We answered the phone and we clearly heard gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. They had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. Alright, everyone else gets a little bit to eat. This is saying we keep finding spiders everywhere. They're in our soup, they're in our water. We start some of them coming back and they are bigger every time we see them. Can't go on nice like it's time to wage war. So, funny story. This is actually one of the luckiest things you can get. If it goes the right way. We'll see what happens. Alright. If I get this on my first try, it'd be great. A good book is the solution problem you encounter. This includes marauding spiders. A few precise hits are suddenly every spider is aware of the word decimation means. I also found a misplaced soup can while hunting those pesky spiders. This was a bountiful hunt. So everyone's really thirsty. So get some water, monkeys. We're a regular family, so we have to catch an argument or two, but it was never as intense as the fight we got into. No one wants to speak to each other. Let's just hope it won't last long. Timmy, are you back yet? Nope. I'm worried. You better sleep after all that arguing. Let's hope this won't happen again. Nobody's thirsty, nobody's hungry. We keep sitting on our backsides here in this tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from the radioactive wasteland. Who thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? We could do it on our own! The escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears open. Timmy! He's back! Tim! Oh! Oh no. Oh no. Oh, he got a padlock though. And he got a lot of soup. Soup! And playing cards! Wow, Tim, you really came through. Good news! The government made radio broadcast about extracting survivors from our area. And it starts everyone listening to wait a while longer and expect further communication in a few days. We'll be out of here soon! We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is now safe with us. We used to visit our local cinema so often that we could travel there blindfolded. It wasn't that surprising when this was where our feet took us, almost without involving our brains in the process. When we recognized the sign of the food stand sticking from between the rubble, we were hoping to find some popcorn. There was none, but the tomato soup dispenser was still working. Yay! The cinema had a strict policy of not bringing your own drinks into the movie hall. Seems like somebody broke the rules a little. We found a lot of bottles in the last row of the hall. Some were even full. The only thing left in the ticket booth is a door with a padlock. The security here must have been questionable. Someone forgot to take the key out. Under one of the seats we found a deck of cards. It must have been a really boring movie if someone felt they needed to bring a game to the screening. Breaking your leg amongst the rooms is not difficult and the cinema wasn't helping. If it wasn't for our hawk eyes and cat-like reflexes, that flashlight banned in the middle of the movie theater passage would have proven lethal. We got a flashlight too! Timmy... Ted seems to be doing alright even though the world has gone to shit. It's a crappy place. Timmy, you need to eat and you need to drink. Have fun. If Timmy goes out right now, he might die. You know what, Mary Jane? You're next. There isn't a lot of space down here and we can smell everything. When one of the wall bricks got loose today and revealed a hole, we felt pretty sick. It's a smell coming from the hole. It's terrible. Should we investigate and remove the source of the stench? Yes. Oh. Oh no. You god dang danguses. We approached the whole cautious being side. What happened next gave him a heart attack. Some crazed rodent or reptile, or whatever this crazed mad creature was, leapt out and started jumping down the shafter. It was everywhere. We couldn't catch it. Before we could do anything, pushed off the radio table and went back in the hole it crawled from. We never saw it again. Timmy is very hungry. He's looking pale. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. Tim, I just gave you food. He's hungry, he's tired, and he's sick. Well, there's... You know, bring the axe. There's nothing I can do about you being sick, buddy. I'm sorry. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back. Dolores would really love to eat something. Dolores will not survive without water any longer. Timmy is looking very pale. That's not good. How do I make you rest? So... Wait, let's just look here. That's what it's for. Group of people dressed in green pajamas knocking their hatchets. Not something we anticipated, yet this is exactly what happened. Furthermore, they insisted they are the better men and wish to take from the rich and give to the poor. We're pretty poor, so maybe we could make some new friends. Should we let them in? Sure. What could go wrong? You're gonna steal all our stuff. No, they repaired our radio! Oh my god, Ted. Your folks are very kind. You noticed we didn't have a radio and so offered us one. When we asked where they got it from, they said, the 1%! Sits in the chair, he needs a few days to rest. We can't leave Timmy without water. Long. So what are you? You are tired, sick, and thirsty. What in the hell are those sounds? Are they coming from the goddamn walls? You're driving us crazy. Is something crawling in the airheads? Relax. Take a deep breath. Probably calm down before we start tearing down the wall. Maybe try something relaxing for a bit. Let's play some card games! Go fish! Day 18! I am shocked I've made it this long. You need to stop that yesterday. Having some fun made us forget. What was it again? We don't know anything about Timmy's sickness. It might get worse. Timmy keeps falling asleep here. He needs a few days to rest. Timmy should eat something. I can't do anything for you, Tim. I'm sorry. Timmy got back to the shelter from his expedition and looked fine, but it turned out he had hurt his hand on a piece of rusty metal. The wound was infected. It doesn't look like it's healing up. We have to patch it. The axe or the med kit. I don't have either of those things. I'm sorry, Tim. You just have to endure. So this is what I mean by the game being all about luck. I didn't get the med kit going in. Hey, he's no longer tired. That's good. The best medicine for any sickness or injury is to clench your teeth and ignore it. That's what our grandma said. Of course, she's dead now and has been for a while, ever since she got that nasty frog bite at the age of 10. Timmy is quite sickly. He's rested. He's no longer hungry. Where's water when Ted needs it? So you're thirsty. You're thirsty and hungry. And you're just sick, which I can do nothing about. You're huge fans of mushrooms. With a colony of them growing on the walls, we've changed our loyalties. We're all about mushrooms now. Should we eat them? I'm gonna go with no. The kind of mushrooms that grow in the wild are... We may be hungry, but there are some things we will never eat. Wall fungus is one of them. I mean, if it were safe, that'd be one thing. So... You're hungry. You're okay. You're thirsty. Technically, I think you can wait like 2 days after you get their extremely dire straits warning, but... I'm gonna do it like this for now. We found an anonymous note on our shelter door. Whoever wrote it requests that we send one representative to the meeting today in a set location. That person must come unarmed. That bit worries us, but the author assures us he or she's friendly and doesn't mean hurt us. Let's go with Dolores. Ooh, Dolores, you look like a... Their scavengers should be fed and given time to regain strength. It's true, it's true! There really are others just like us. We arrived at the rendezvous unarmed and on time, and we were greeted by a friendly-looking group of survivors. They're being led by twins, a brother and a sister, who seem to be friendly enough. They asked us some questions and promised to stay in touch. Dolores is pretty fatigued. Everything seems okay with Dolores. Timmy needs an extra blanket. Timmy's no longer thirsty. Teddy isn't hungry anymore. So everyone is okay except Tim, who's sick. Our sorry excuse for our dinner was interrupted by a raspy voice coming from outside saying, "Want to buy a rock?" We calmed down when we realized the voice belonged to old man Jim, who used to live in our town. Well, at least we think he did. We never quite figured out where he's staying. We should probably answer his question. It's impolite to keep people waiting like that. Await further instructions from the military. Okay, what do we got next? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Day 22! We got a... Oh, wait, no, we had that flashlight, didn't we? We opened the door and greeted the old man with a smile. He was eager to show us his bag filled with a rich choice of rocks and convinced us to take one for free for old time's sake! Again, carefully chose the best-looking rock and the man left. He kept going, "It's good rock! Really!" Also, he claimed it brings luck. We'll see about that. He was looking very pale. Dolores has to drink something and Ted doesn't drink anything. He won't last long. During the night, we heard some suspicious sounds coming from behind our door. When we peeked in the morning, we saw a leather suitcase. It has no address or name on it, but we're pretty sure it's meant for us. Should we open it? Of course! It's probably from the twins. Hey! Mary Jane's back! Oh, Mary Jane. Oh, you all look horrible. It's like you've been living in a nuclear shelter for 24 days. Oh, excuse me, 23. We gladly accepted the sudden gift, and despite our suggestion, it turned out it was a regular tomato soup that we all knew and loved. Thank you, kind stranger. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. We decided to finally check out what we can find between the rubble and our backyard, our poor lawn flowers. Except the whole neighborhood now reduced to nothing more than radioactive ashes covered by debris. We use a barbecue here and almost every weekend. The barbecue itself somehow found a way onto a power line in front of our house. It's unreachable. Our garden cable is mostly destroyed and bits of charred wood, and a few things that could prove useful. Alright, ration time. First, you get fully fed. You get the med kit. You're thirsty and hungry, so you get taken care of too. You're just fatigued, and Ted, you're fine. Ted is vigorous enough to stand the hazard of the wasteland. Doris is in pretty good shape. Let's send Ted. We're going to see another message from the government. The military is preparing a rescue mission. They want all survivors to hit a specific location in the area and then leave a sign that someone is still alive and kicking nearby. Problem is, the virus of geographic coordinates, but we need a map to find out where we're supposed to be headed. Otherwise, it's complete gobbledygook. Well, nothing we can do. Day 24. Oh my god. Oh boy. That fly, man. We were sure to find a location without a map. We were wrong. Hopefully we'll get lucky next time. Mary Jane is quite hungry. She's still tired. Hey, cool. So you're hungry. You're hungry. You're hungry. And you're fine. Ted's going outside and he's bringing the axe. Bye, Ted. Listen, we'll be back soon. Mary Jane's died. Needs a little food. Mary Jane's still tired. Give her some time to recover. Water is all the more. You're still hungry. My goodness, girl. A sleazy-looking trader casually guiding his shoulder with paid visit. Simple one-time deal. For just one can of soup, we get the bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the trader gives us angry glances every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag. Should we make a deal? I don't know. I don't know what's in that bag. I don't want to risk it. Soup is valuable. Ah, there it goes. Hunger leads to starvation, starvation leads to death. Our grandparents always told us to never buy anything sight unseen, and we're not about to start now. Gone are the times of yard sales. We can manage without whatever junk is in that mysterious bag. Mary Jane is still tired. She's no longer hungry. She's very thirsty. Dolores wants water. Water is what Timmy wants. So you get some of that. You get some of that. You get some of that. I want cake! Being safe down here is much better than being pulverized out there, but that doesn't mean we don't want to go outside. Maybe take a walk soon. The neighborhood is probably much more peaceful since the bombings. I mean, no one around to do anything, sure. Alright, what do we got? Still better to safe down here than dead up there. Mary Jane is still tired. She becomes cranky. She may be better in a few days. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty. Nobody is thirsty, but Timmy is hungry. Eat, you little goblin. It's hard to keep track of time down here. We can't tell if it's day or night. Our sleeping patterns are messed up. These terrible light bulbs are not helping. Too bad we can't replace them. Is there something else we can do about this? Don't have a med kit. Day 28! I make an A for day 28! By ignoring the symptoms, we try to get at least an hour or two of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were, and there are other problems we still need to face soon. This will bring on enough scare raiders away or save us from radiation sickness. Mary Jane is still tired. Dolores really loved to eat something. Dolores is tired. Timmy is no longer hungry. Why are you guys tired? Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. You're hungry. Oh, he's at the Anti-Cutro. We still haven't, but we saw one that was nearly as big as a cat. The good news is they're probably scared off by the Rhapsody area. Because they're huge and probably will attack us when they get the chance. Kill it with bug spray. Ted better get back soon with water. We dodged a bullet this time. That is, if a bullet was huge, hairy, had 8 legs, and a glowing head. Hopefully we won't have to deal with them again. Miss Clean, she still can't get a good night's sleep around here. Dolores is no longer hungry. There should be some water left. Dolores should get it. When Mary Jane, she was cranky. She should have been better a few days. We should get some to drink. Alright, you're both. And we're out of water. Yesterday, Drew Trace, we learned that Mary Jane doesn't know how to spell anti-disestablishment terrorism, and that is left the door solely disappointed. She insists that at home, or rather, shelter schooling, Mary Jane. I have a feeling this can only go terribly wrong. Hey, Ted's back! Day 30! 1 whole month in the shelter, and he got a map, and some water, and a first aid kit! Oh, Ted, you beautiful human being, you. Most of the time, around started out as spelling exercise, quickly found a way to math revision, followed by a short physics course in tinkering with random objects in the shelter. Mary Jane looks exhausted, but we can't deny the state of our shelter has improved. She made a med kit from education. That's how you do it. She has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. The local school is a big building a mile away from our house. Nobody liked that place. The atomic blast didn't change that. Now, without windows and walls remaining, it's even more unpleasant. No, it seemed like a good spot to hunt for some useful supplies. Everybody adored the lunch lady. She was almost 80, and everything she touched tasted great and smelt of tomatoes. Now we know her secret. Tomato soup cans. The biology classroom had an aquarium. The fish had died since no one fed them, but the aquarium water could still be drinkable. There was enough for a few bottles. Oh boy. Our classroom was very poorly equipped. The only useful item we could find was a map of our town. Still better than nothing. Dolores is still tired and can't sleep it off. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Ted is hungry. Ted is really tired. Ted got sick. Mary Jane's sleep allergy has no energy for anything. Mary Jane's no longer thirsty, no longer hungry. Okay, so you're a bit of a wreck. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? I'm kind of loath to use my first aid kit the minute I get it. Hey! The siblings are back! The group is growing bigger with each passing day as they pick up tired and hungry survivors and nurse them back to health. However, so far they only have one tent and soon they will run out of space for everybody. Right now they're scouting the town looking for a good spot to build a bigger camp and they could really use a map. There you go. That cost us a map, but that's okay. We have made it really long. The agony of soup. Alright, how's everyone doing? Ted is still hungry. He has a girlfriend. Timmy should eat something. Dolores is rested. Okay, good. You're just tired and fatigued. You're tired, fatigued, and hungry. Eat. You're tired, fatigued, and hungry. It's difficult to keep our spirits in a situation. We do hope this whole mess will be over soon, or else we might not have been a place much worse than this cozy shelter. Your turn, Dolores. Some mornings feel hopeless. We need to pull ourselves together and be more optimistic. The army can't be far. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Ted is still tired. Mary Jane seems sleepy. Everyone needs to drink something, including Mary Jane. Is there any water left? Timmy needs to rest a bit longer. He's no longer hungry. Timmy should... Water is all Dolores wants. So... Everybody is thirsty. Except for you. You're hungry. So... Fatigued, tired, thirsty. Tired, fatigued, thirsty. Fatigued, thirsty. Hungry. Okay. Wait. Thirsty? No, just tired and fatigued. Cool. Dolores is the only one fit enough to go outside. Bring the axe! Use the map to find location given by the military. Alright, Dolores. It's up to you. Dolores is on her way to surface. Let's hope she'll make it back. Mary Jane is still tired. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty, but she can eat. Needs rest. Timmy is no longer thirsty. So you're just thirsty. You're hungry. And you're okay. I'm going to start rationing things more intently now. Today, an army broadcast interrupted our, let's call it, breakfast. Very eager to evacuate us away from here, but they went over several things that need to happen before the first. Give Jugoff. Let's use the map. Let's see which one of these options ends up coming to fruition first. My dude, you need to shave. I will pop that fly. The map gives all the information required. We left the message in the bottom. Mary Jane's diet can use a little food. Mary Jane is tired. Ted looks like he's got a foot in grave. He needs a drink right now. Tim has rested. Alright. Who's got a foot in the grave? Ted looks like he's got one for the grave. He needs to get a drink right now. But he's not thirsty. Looks like that rock we got from Low a while ago really did bring luck. Jim visited us again today, but instead of rocks, he was carrying a big bottle of clean, fresh water. Where he got it, but we were pleased he shared some with us. He was all hydrated and moist for a while. Ah, there you go. That was the event. Cool. So we all got max hydration. Mary Jane is quite hungry. When Mary Jane is tired, she becomes cranky. Nothing new to report on Timmy. She's still just hungry. We could really use some more supplies. We counted on them. The lieutenant number did not make us happy. Time to do something about it. We know that a teacher from a local school managed to rescue a bunch of kids and lead them to a nearby building where they're relatively safe. We use whatever they're... We could really use it, right? No. We're not stealing. We are not savages. We cannot stoop that low. It's important to keep our values even in these troubled times, especially in these troubled times. Let's see a shining example. Leave these poor people alone. Mary Jane. All Ted wishing for you drops of water, and he's hungry. You're hungry and thirsty. You're fatigued, thirsty, and hungry. You're fatigued, thirsty, and hungry. Traitor alert! Timmy's savage comic books are mostly harmless science fiction pulp. However, some of them don't feature the brave Earth Citizen program astronauts, but cosmonauts! That boy is eating up Soviet propaganda. What a disgrace! Should we banish Timmy to the wasteland for his traitorous ways and dispose of his blasphemous comics? No! Long live the Reds! We graciously allowed Timmy to stay in a shelter despite his actions. We have the power of rehabilitation and second chances. Also, we're running out of toilet paper and this propaganda books will do nicely. Tim's stuck. His root looks like he's got one foot in the grave. Mary Jane seems all the time. He's fainting. We knew through fast. Mary Jane is starving. Get some food today or else. Timmy's very hungry. Timmy's in terrible shape. We need water now. So you are dehydrated, but you're still just hungry. You are starving and dehydrated. And you are dehydrated. After all the days we spent down here, we're not exactly clean. We smell really bad. Real bad. It didn't bother us until we noticed it, and now we're going to get so sick. Why not take a shower? We don't have soap, but there are other alternatives to consider. Bullets. Bullets. To clean yourself. Somehow I don't think that will work. Oh, everyone's sick. It's ended. Who cares about showering? We can get used to it. Adapting shouldn't be hard. Like a camping trip. It will... Oh no, that just smells terrible. Don't puke that... Ugh. We don't think Dolores is coming back from the surface. It's been too long. Ted became infected with something. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty, but she's ill. You are about to die? You are okay? When we started when our maps slid off the wall, we checked the nails holding it, but they were all firmly in place. It could be a poltergeist. Maybe we need to perform an exorcism to get rid of it. Anyway, the wall behind the map, we discovered some sort of safe. What treasure might be inside? Should we open it? Yes. Open the skull and crossbones safe. Hey, that was a gun! Not sure how or why the map just decided to slide off the wall, but we're lucky that it happened. Inside the dusty safe, we found some supplies. A little food. Yeah. We're gonna die. Yeah, here we go. Cut a strange looking man in blue jumpsuit that's a straight water chip. Water chip? What the hell is that? Oh. Knock, 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 knock. He is about to die. You're able to survive. You are hungry and thirsty. We're happy to host the siblings and a few of their friends today when they visit our shelter. We found out that their camp project is almost completed. Standing people are slowly moving in, but there's one more thing to think of. The children! Specifically their education. If the kids are to grow up to be smart and able wastelanders, need to learn, and to learn you need books. Lots of books. Do we have any? I don't want to give that up. But I don't think we have much other choice. I don't think we're gonna make this run. Children of the future. Why would I know you should scout handbook away? We hope the kids learn something. And better today. So you are dehydrated. You are starving. Oh, the kids are gonna die. Well, I have one last option. They probably have the right to check the manhole in the corner. Uh-oh. What the hell? We barely made it out of that. It was a giant mutated crocodile or an alligator or something else with a giant mouth, plenty of teeth. Has anyone heard? Mary Jane was injured. You're hungry. If you don't do anything about Timmy's sickness, it might get worse. I can do nothing about the sickness. Also, the children are just gonna have to die. There's nothing I can do. You know what? Take a nap. Day 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. Ted left for the surface. Will he be back? Ted has safely returned. Someone tried to break in while we were away. Even though the raiders kept banging on the door, they were with all their forces. Did not manage to get in. You think it's 7 measures met time since our padlock is damaged to offer any further protection. We set off an expedition near a zoo we used to keep visit on weekends. Report that it was a productive supply run as well as an educational trip. We saw pterodactyl whales, chimpanders, a porcupine, a small army of cat roaches, and other majestic creatures that have emerged from the post-nuclear fauna. Merely knife section had collapsed, turning into a radioactive pond in the middle of the zoo filled with creatures like piranhates and sea ponies. After starting aquarium control, we've had an undamaged cupboard with some supplies. That's 2 water, a friendly-looking crabopotamus lazily observed the sea life section from a distance. Then we found a body of zoo worker. Oh, and we got an axe. Those just might have been spotted follow. We should be more careful. I was just thinking maybe we could just drive away from the nightmare somehow. Of course, most of the automobiles are completely burned out, but if we find a solid base and scavenge enough parts, I was like, build a vehicle of our own. Keep an eye out for those future expeditions. Ted is hungry. When Mary Jane found out that she's not getting a single drop of water, she got furious. She stormed out of the wasteland, shouting over her shoulder that we'll regret this. And that she's getting her water one way or another. We're seriously terrified right now. Drove Timmy insane. He opened the shelter door and ran away without looking back. He's not likely to return. Nothing I can do. We should hear that isn't command, at least not yet. They said they need us to find a high point near our shelter, make some noise so we're easier to locate. Who's knocking at my door? Who's knocking at my door? We took turn pitch for a few people. We ran into words in interest very quickly, though. Don't think anyone is coming. We clearly need something louder than just our voices. Like this man on the side of the door, knocking away, and he's willing to trade for decent ammunition. Shall we trade? Is he dead? Is he dead? I have a surprising amount down here. Ted is hungry, he's still sick, he's still tired. Not a stranger is disappointed, but that was none of our business. If he was ever a time to get used to being life into the end of his world was probably it. You are hungry. Our grandparents, yep. We got that one. He is hungry and he is thirsty. You have to hang in there, Ted. And Ted's dead. Oh. Well, we might as well be. We were following the match, so we were having a problem ruining the damn thing. I guess the hunt is over. No one's going on an expedition. Open in the name of freedom! We hear a shout from outside the door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it as a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who enters is like, this is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. Should we open? Sure. It would be hilarious if Dolores just came back. We regretted opening the door the minute we saw who was standing on the side, dark faces, rifles, and determined looks of bandit teenagers. We're doomed, we thought. Then, out of the blue, one of the masked were the Reds. We never supported the Red Sox, so we confidently said the word. The tension dropped immediately, and those nice young people gave us 2 bottles of water. To have no fear, since Wolverines are around. We're not sure what the Wolverines have to do with any of this, but we took their word for it. Wolverines! How are you doing, Ted? You are starving. Eat some soup. Breathe calmly. 1, 2, 3. That's better. Don't panic. Don't panic. We need to open the door this instant. We're all going to die. Open the door. And he was murdered by mice. Or something. Ted has rested. Open the door and contaminated was a great idea. Now, instead of phobias, we need to deal with vomiting. You are sick and hungry. Assuming just like they'd come from a metal fairway, identified source of the sound. One of them was holding 2 rocks and hitting them against the crowd, so there was skipping and pretending to be a rider. Here's some antique cup, but they'd get lost, and they must be careful if you would check a map, provided we have one. We don't. All right, Teddy. You know what? I can at least let you have some water before you go to the wasteland. Bring the gun with you. Day 61. Hell of a service, he'll be back. Ted has been outside for far too long. He still hasn't returned. We fear he's going to come back. We didn't make it. These are our final words and advice to anyone who reads this is obscure writing. We held out for 61 days. Ah! And that, my friends, you perished. Soup consumed! Water consumed! Alright, well, that actually went a lot better than I expected. I have seen people die within the first week. It's a fun game. I am willing to give it another try. Because it's fun. But I think this little show has gone on for long enough. So I will see you next Saturday for perhaps something else. Keep up with the world, even after it ends!